I'm going to turn this camera around to make a video because, yeah, the front camera doesn't have a flash. Hey, Lucky. My two bigger dogs just chased something. Hopefully they're chasing something that would eat the cats, or sorry, the chickens. And I'm guessing it would be a cat. I mean, I have 3 kittens, which my dogs are very familiar with, but I also have some wild cats coming in here from time to time, and I'm not gonna lie, our chickens got attacked once or twice, so yeah, that's the thing with furry buddies, our furry friends, is a lot of times they're really protecting us, both from spiritual attack, but also a physical attack, because I realized that animals are kind of buffers between you and this world, this jungle, this freaky combination of, how do we say, details of reality. Anywho, what sparked this video was, the other day we had some Koreans come into the, I'm going to call this place Konoha Leaf Village. We had some people come into Konoha, and they are baffled by, at that time I had a friend living here with me, but they were baffled by, us being able to survive here and not need the outside world so much. Again, I have a car, I have a phone, I'm recording with flash right now, There are realities. I use machetes, I use a chainsaw if I really need to get work done quickly on one day. But they were just surprised at what we're eating, and they're like, is that enough? And I have like an athletic build, I'm not fat. I go up coconut trees, but people for some reason think that me actually, people, because I do go up coconut trees, I think they understand that this is a different level of health. But for people like me who eat like me, people are always like, are you getting enough protein? Are you getting enough this? Are you getting enough that? And it's like eating mostly raw foods with maybe the occasional quinoa or the occasional whatever it is, the occasional yam is really the best thing for you. And all these other people are eating shit. And they're full of shit. I'm sorry to get so brunt about it, but they're full of shit. So their life is going to feel like shit. Their feelings are going to feel like shit. They are just going to feel like shit all the time. So maybe we should stop eating shit. And if we ate it raw, and if we were more raw in lifestyle, perhaps, the symbiosis thing with nature would be a lot easier. But no, people are so addicted to their whatever it is, processed foods, their cooked foods. I cook some food too, so I'm guilty of that as well. But, they're so addicted to their unhealthiness, they rarely seek the alkaline side, the side that nature over here, this jungle is constantly maintaining and creating. Look at that cooking banana. Like, Jesus, man. The side of life. So if you're eating shit all the time, you're not really living. You're like in this weird state of living, in between state of living and dying. You're not completely living, or you're not completely dying. Because if you completely died to your old habits, you'd be completely living. You understand? So, again, if you're full of shit from eating shit, I suggest you excrete the shit out You get the waste out of the cells, the lymphatic stagnation, the metabolitic waste buildup, the bullshit out of the cells, and perhaps, you can observe a more organic life naturally and naturalize yourself to a state of being that's a little more, how you say, circular, that's a little more cohesive, that's a little more congruent, a little more adjacent. How do you say it? A little more close to how you should be living, one with nature. Because that's the only place where you will be fulfilled. That's the only place where you will be nurtured. That's the only place where you won't feel down. So again, people come and ask, aren't you lonely out here? I'm like, no, I got my animals. Aren't you scared out here? The most scary thing is your own thoughts. I'm not really scared of anything outside of me. If something comes to get me, if let's say 10 people come to get me, I guess I'll take one with me. I'm just thinking what I need to think about. And that's why I'm not scared. You see? Because what's being scared means is you're thinking of something that you don't need to be thinking about. Like if there's a tiger next to me, I should be damn well scared. But if there's no tiger next to me, why am I thinking of the tiger? You see the paradox of fear? So when fear is necessary, it helps. Because I will use that adrenaline to deal with the tiger. But when fear is unnecessary, it's not helping. And most people are living in fear because they're living in shit. They're eating shit. They're full of shit. And so they're full of fear. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I wanted to say, summed up in a nutshell. But if I could have a maybe more softer ending. Again, it's very easy. The path of nature, what's hard is getting over yourself. What's hard is letting go of all the habits, the habituated lifestyle that you had before of living out of nature and disconnected with nature. Being, not knowing your inner nature. It's really easy to live in nature. You have to recognize that and reconnect that in your brain and because it's the conditioning that's hard. But because we're so conditioned, we feel like without having a difficult life of depression and complexity and, what we call possessions, all this kind of stuff, we think we can't live without that. But really what's easy is living without that. What's easy is being naked pretty much all the time, except for when other people that feel shame are around. That's what's easy. What's easy is living in a tropical environment. What's easy is eating fruit off a tree that's raw, that's ripe, that's ready for you to eat without even any preparation. That should be number one reason. Ding, 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 letting you know that that's what you should be eating. You should be eating what's already ready. And if you eat what's already ready for you, what's already made, what's already, cooked by the sun, cooked up by nature, a chemical concoction of perfection, of alkalinity, of regeneration, of code that's going to regenerate your code. I hear a kingfisher singing in the background. Am I being loud, kingfisher? Sorry about that. But a message of regeneration to my people. That if you regenerate the DNA, if you take in the food that is necessary for your information to rebuild itself, instead of degenerating such that you need to connect with some robot, you see, or something else, because you're an incomplete human being, because you've degenerated God's code. So the answer, again, is regenerating the code of God, regenerating yourself, regenerating your family, regenerating your lineage, your genetic line, and then by regenerating your genetic line, you regenerate everyone, which is the Akasha, which is, humanity. So by regenerating yourself, you regenerate humanity. So no pressure. But yeah, I think it's about time that more people start to wake the fuck up and stop eating shit, living like shit, feeling like shit. Hmm? And again, get back on the what Operation Lighthouse, what the core of Operation Lighthouse is really about: regenerating code, regenerating the code of man, regenerating the code of animals. Again, which means that dogs should be omnivorous, that cats should be carnivorous, and not eating things that are cooked up by man. Right? Again, I'm talking about the ideal case scenario, but that's what we should be striving for. Correct? So regenerating man code, regenerating animal code, and then regenerating tree code, or regenerating plant code, or regenerating code around us, free of chemicals and free of the mistakes of man, and accentuating nature's way of doing things, accentuating nature's grooves. That's what our job should be. And I'm going to go ahead and get some sleep and start on that tomorrow morning immediately. And I hope you guys do so too. So peace out from the Saipan jungle. Korean Tarzan, or also known as the No Choice Man, is tuning out. I hope you guys have a great night, day, whatever it is for you. You know, yeah, you know how it is. What goes around comes around.